Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, and today we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. I have been messing about for the last couple of hours to make a design document for a game, and just basically iterating and trying to come up with something that's actually tactically good and competitive. And I've come up with something with Gemini. And here it is, Arcana Ascension, the game design document. It's a tactical card game played with a standard 78 card tarot deck. It uses a 5x5 spatial grid and a high stakes iterative upgrade system. The game focuses on skill and prestige. Higher card tiers provide visual evolution and leaderboard status. Mechanical power remains identical across all tiers. So I was thinking of chess, Go, drafts, and the like. Sorry, coffee. And I wanted to have something that was fairly skill capped. So we've got like a fair design document here. It's a bit smaller than it was because it's been condensed and iterated on. But the crux of this is I've made several games in HTML, and let me just pull one up for you, or I'll show you a couple of examples, and they work fine. There's this one, which is a Vampire Survivors type thing. And it crashed. Great. Let me try that again. Wrong game. There we go. Right. Actually, let me go to the shop and buy some other weapons. I set everything to 1 for testing. So there's lots and lots of different weapons and pet types. But I like the collector for testing. So this weapon is quite dangerous because it's very random. So the idea of this was to make something that made generative music while you're playing the game, but the music's no good at all. And now the ARP isn't working either. But anyway, this was a test just to see how coding with a pair programmer would work. And it's quite a fun game. It's very hard. And basically all of the different effects that you get are supposed to actually affect the sound. So we're getting quite fast. I shouldn't have got that sweeper, but it is what it is. And now we upgrade, so get a bigger ARP shield. The sound is broken for that, obviously, but that's okay. Ooh, he nearly got me. There's all different types of special enemies. I'll be getting to a boss in a minute. So yeah, it's quite in depth really for a little prototype. This probably took me about 8 hours to make, maybe 10. Let's go for bigger edge drums. But as you can see, it's fairly basic in terms of graphical fidelity, etc., etc. I could have made my own assets, but I just wanted to do something programmatical, and this was all in HTML and CSS. It's got logic, it's got animations. It's let's go for the sweeper as well, bigger. Oh, here's a boss. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to kill that. Oh, I died. Right, anyway, so that one's Cyber Void Echoes. That was a little prototype I made, and then we have this one that I made, which is Papers, Please, and this was also HTML and CSS. And everything's all randomized. You have to check for out of date. So our cycle's down here. He's bad, so get rid of him. And they can jump scare you as well. But what? Oh, that's new. This guy's expired as well. So it's got a randomly generated speech and insults and things. He's not allowed because he's... Right, let's see the jump scare. But yeah, it's just a little game that I put together. That took a few hours as well, but that's all programmatical and generated basically. So I wanted to try and do something a little bit more complex, and for that I want to do Godot or Godot. So let's go into the correct place. So I have a place here with a design document and an asset list, which is just this sort of stuff. It just tells you about all the shaders that it needs and that. And I'm going to open up a CLI here, go into WSL, which is the Windows subsystem for Linux, sudo Gemini. Sorry. Okay, so we now have our Gemini. So the first thing we want to do is read dd and then make a git, a local git for this project, and then I will give you step by step instructions to make this game live. So we need to initiate the git. Bang, done. Okay, so what I have done inside of Gemini is make a roadmap, and we have prompts for different testing procedures and different factors to make the game. So prompt 1, this is our first prompt. Let's have a see what it does. Okay. Oh, let's go back here. I don't know why that closed down like that, but anyway. So it's made the git, and now we need to give it right file permissions for the whole session. That's fine. Set scene controller as an auto load. I'll also generate a C controller GD script with the logic to switch between main menu, match, and shop scenes. Wonderful. Okay. So, prompt 2. Generate main menu and a text-based main menu scene. The menu must have 4 buttons: new game, shop, settings, and exit. Set a dark hex color background, while the new game button to load the match scene and shop to load the shop scene. Blah, 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 blah. Let's do that. Summoning the cloud of wisdom. Building the main menu. Got to have coffee when you're working on this type of thing. So it's made some stuff. Look, it just makes the files on your computer. You normally sandbox this, but I can't be bothered. It don't bother me if it messes something up. The scenes directory, main menu T scene with the requested buttons, background, and functionality. Prompt 3. Generate grid view. Programmatically spawn a 5x5 grid of color rec slots. Surround this grid with 10 empty placeholder slots for the perimeter arcana. This should be visual only pass to ensure that the layout is correct when new game is pressed. Bosh. So it's doing all of the coding for you. You don't have to do none of this boilerplate crap. And create a match T scene to house it. The system is now ready for visual verification when new game is pressed. Beautiful. Right, generate card view. Create a basic visual representation of the card using a panel and a label for the rank in the match scene. Instantiate 6 of these cards at the bottom of the screen to represent the player's hand. Loading, do a barrel roll. Out of 6 cards at the bottom of the screen, Match GD now handles the card spawn in a Match T scene, includes the necessary hand container. Beautiful. Generate the shop view, and then we're testing. It's as easy as that, guys. Okay. Launch the game. Navigate from menu to shop. So we've got to learn how to launch the game. How do I launch the game from a CLI? Open a terminal. So Godot path dot is not recognized as an internal or external command. Oh, it's got to be in WSL. Whoops. No main scene defined in project. So I'm using this Gemini, the web-based one, as a senior programming consultant, basically. And I'm using this one as the grunt. So let me post that in there as well and see what it does. It might just fix that error. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So I will give feedback to the grunt, not the main guy, basically the manager. Menu spawns all stacked in the top left, and clicking the buttons does nothing. Yuck. So yeah, like I have tried to make much more complex games in HTML, and while they work, they're not great, and it's very limited on what you can do visually, programmatically. The AI is just basic. You can't really get anything overly complex in there. You probably could, but like with HTML, it generally attempts to make one mammoth file. Oh, I've got some errors as well, but this just run this first, right? And we got the same errors, so we'll give that to our programmer. So yeah, it makes one monolithic HTML file, and the one for that Papers, Please ended up being nearly 3,000 lines. So I split it all up into different classes, and then I ended up with problems with backlinking and stuff like that, and then I fixed all of that, and it worked. But new. Oh, hello. Oh. So this isn't quite correct, but that's really cool. So you can't see one of the rows. So how do we explain this to the LLM? Great. We can see cards at the bottom. They overflow onto the grid, so you can't see the bottom line of slots. The Arcana slots are in the wrong place. They should be at the right of every row and the top of every column. Does it scale? Let's see if it scales. It seems to. Yes, it does. It scales nicely, but when scaling, it should separate concerns and have the cards in hand not connected to the board, but it's looking great. So it'll just adjust this now. And it's made an icon as well. Fantastic. So yeah, what was I saying? Monolithic file size. And when the things get to that sort of size, the LLMs have massive trouble editing them. So they end up having okay, let's have a quick look. Oh, that's nearly there, isn't it? I'm quite happy with that so far. Okay. Right. I'll have to remember monolithic files. Hold on, I need to tell it something else. We also need labels on the left and bottom, A to E columns, 1 to 5 rows. So like a chessboard. Can we have a actual board around the grid and arcana slots that holds the slots like a nice wooden one or something. So yeah, the LLMs do get really confused about editing monolithic files, but if we're doing it in Godot, then all of the logic and everything else is all compartmentalized. It's just a bit of a pain to set it up. I set it up by running the headless Godot. Oh man, in my WSL, and adding it to the bin files, so it's available for everywhere in the WSL. And yeah, it seems to be able to connect all right. It's making stuff. Look at that. It looks a bit basic so far, but let's see how it scales. It still scales to like these. This hand is in the way of the board. Okay, let me ask it to do something else. Can we tilt the board away a little, make it a trapezoid, so it looks 3D, and then separate it from the hand, maybe have the cards in hand, fanned like you would hold them in real life. Current spawn colorette to XY approach. Manually calculating trapezoidal positions is the most robust way to keep it in 2D but look 3D. Basically, top row is narrower than the bottom row of a hand. The founding card is a classic effect. Rotate them based on their index, offset their XY position. Actually, I'll do the hand first as requested. So it's just going through. It's going to do lots of stuff. I've implemented the layout. It's done it already, so let's have a butch. New game. Oh. Okay. Well, that is an improvement, and it's sort of what I'd asked for. So each slot should be trapezoidal as well, and scaled to the row. So we currently, they are all the same size, and the one row ends up one big block of grey. We could shorten the board a bit to give that perspective view, as well as give the hand of cards a bit of room. Okay, so it's going to adjust everything, but it's looking all right so far for 3 prompts. Let's have a see what it comes up with now. Ooh, okay. Now the board looks much better. It looks sort of 3D-ish, like old school polygonal 3D. And that's cool. This hand needs to move down. Let's see if we scale it up. Yeah, it looks alright. It looks fine, doesn't it? The text don't look too bad. I can't see the ranks though. But that's fine. Great. The hand is still floating over the board, even though there is now room underneath to separate it. Can you make the bottom of the cards off the bottom of the screen and close the fan a little so we just see the top left pip of the first cards alla Bellatro. Okay, so let's see how that looks now. New game. Wonderful. Nah, I'm not sure about these though, but these they don't matter because we're going to sort that all out anyway. I like this board though, how it's sort of trapezoidal. It needs to be squished down a bit, so we got a bit of room up the top. One thing you can do with these LLMs is create a SketchUp of what you want. So currently we have this. I would want it so the board is have we got a trapezoid brush? No, we don't, but let's do it with lines then. Okay, so I'm thinking like that, like that, like that, like that. So, and we can have a bit like this to make it, give it a bit of depth. Like that, and then have the grid here. Actually, we want to cut it off over here so we can have the arcana. This one too big, like so. And we need to cut the top off as well. Oh gosh, right. So like that, really. No, I can't really do that. So rub that out. But anyway, that's good that side. Let's just do it like this, and like this, and then have our arcanas like this. And then like this. The more context you can give it, the better it's going to be able to follow your stuff. Yeah, whatever, like that. Okay. So this is grid, R-I-D, arcana. Arcana. I know I could have used text, but anyway. Okay, so if I now actually I'll just save it. I don't need to screenshot it because save. We'll copy as path. I made a mock-up. Can you view it and try and get the board to look like that? Yep, fine. Hope it doesn't just rip that off and use it as the board. It's done things like that to me before, but I think that's quite a good mock-up. If it looks like that, then that'll be I'll be happy with that. Now features 3D style based, distinct separate zones for the grid, top arcana and right arcana with their own background recesses and improved perspective calculations. Right, beautiful. Let's have a look. Okay, that's busted something, I think. Oh, it started then. Bloody thing. Right, new game. Okay, well that sort of works. It's just a little elongated. Can you shorten the height of the board to give it that 3D effect? Wonderful. Look at that. The card slots are not even now. Almost there. The card slots are smaller nearer the player than the further slots. It should be reversed. So yeah, when you're making things like this, you do have to iterate a lot. And you have to be pedantic about things, because if you let little bits slide that you don't like, then it's just going to turn into absolute like soup. Reverse the perspective scaling, making the bottom of the board narrower. No, that's not what I meant. The actual grey card slots are small and stubby, where the top row is tall and normal. The slots need to be adjusted, not the whole board. Reticulating splines. It's doing a Sims. Right. Let's have a look at that then. Close this off. And then Godot path again. Sometimes it takes a little while to load, but obviously it hasn't been compiled and everything yet. I'm going to give it a screenshot of that so you can see what I mean. Open up my screenshots. Many screenshots. Copy. Paste. I'm going to keep that mock up there though because that's quite good. Copy as path. Continuous. That's not how you spell it, but it's alright, you'll understand. And we are going to need space above for the AI to sit and play against us. Right, so now it's done everything I've asked for again. The thing is, you have to know exactly what you're asking for, because it can infer the wrong thing, as it did with that perspective flip. New game. Huh. Okay, that'll do. Like this is just a prototype at the end of the day. That's perfectly playable. Okay. So let's go back to our thing here, and phase 1 testing. Launch again. Navigate from main menu to shop and back. We didn't do this, so let me shop. Bye back. Okay, that works. Settings, it's not wired. New game goes into the match screen. We need an exit button. Okay, beautiful. So, phase 2, logic, rules and scoring. Goal, implement the maths and rules. The game should now be playable in a basic form without effects. Generate card data. Right, so we go back into here. And generate card data GD and deck manager GD. Define a 78 card tarot deck. Implement the world flip logic to randomize the trump suit and ace orientation 1 versus 14 at the start of the map. Okay. And register deck manager as an auto-loaded project. Right, so I think that's that. Prompt 7, targeted placement and dominion. So this is where it starts getting a bit crazy. My other process is a TARDIS. Okay. Generate scoring engine. And then we got tactical AI. So this is where the game goes from a thing that comes up to an actual playable prototype. I'm not sure it's going to yet, but we'll see. I've generated tactical AI, implementing the best of 5 logic by evaluating all valid moves and the highlighted axis. Right, okay, so now we just go back in here. New game. We have errors, so we can't do anything, and it's broken, but pasting that into our coder. Have you tried turning it off and on again? The loading screen, not me. So with this new Gemini Pro model, it's quite good at validating what it's done and remembering stuff, but it does forget. It does forget context quite quickly. Okay, we have. Okay. Remove select type hints for causing possible. Now resolve identify not found issues and allow the project to run. It runs, and we get our rendered board and cards, but we cannot interface with them, and they are just basic cards, not the tarot I was expecting. Have we not wired in the new card maker yet? Okay. So now that it's implemented a click manager, new game. Okay, we can put it. No, we still can't put them down. Page of cart, strength. Now the cards are rendering properly. We still cannot lay them down. And we also should not draw major arcana. They should be populated randomly from ours and our opponent deck into the 10 outer slots. So when a row or column is completed, we get the choice to flip or not. No, we should have a deck each. Oh, kill, jeez. What the hell? It's jibbing out real good. Let's just minimize that for a minute and close that. I need to read the design document a second. The game is played with a standard 78 tarot deck, spatial grid, blah 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 blah. Okay, it's finished jibbing. I don't know what that was all about. What's all this flashing for? Watch your eyes, boys and girls. Divided by 0. Just kidding. Yes, that's correct. Having a single deck between the two would be absolute pointless. Okay, so now New game. We have problems, but we have progress. Okay, let's try again. New game. Okay, so yeah, so the AI should put it down and then it should change to a grid or a column. And we've still got strength there. Okay. So we have got some logic happening here. Board eats the card, and we have no visuals. We should just transform the grid slot into the card placed. We also had some major arcana still in hand. I had a strength card last game. Also, the column needs the play row column needs to randomly change after the second card is placed to keep the game moving forward. Oh. Visual card placement in grid view. Adding the missing place visual cards. Blah 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 blah. I've updated the scenes to visualize both the players moving, the AI moves on the grid using place visual card. The AI logic is now fully integrated into the turn cycle, and visual feedback is immediate. Right, let's see. I don't trust you. Right, we lost the ball again. So yeah, guys, if you have an idea for a game, and you want to just play it, this is perfect. It costs you what? How much does Google Gemini cost? Like 12 quid a month or something. And if you've got like a decent idea, you could hammer it out in 2 days even if you're not a coder. You can get it to generate graphics. I know they're not great, but I'll do a 3D model and of cards and a board for this game. I think because I believe it's got legs. Just thinking now. Right, let's just try this first. We've still got a problem. But yeah, there's no better time than now to get a little project going. I've always wanted to make games, but I've never been good enough at programming, and I just can't dedicate the brain space to it. To be honest, I understand a bit of it, but I'm more of a designs person rather than a coder. Right, so he's put the hangman down. So okay, and we've still got baddies here. And we don't even know what the. Okay, so if I put a 10 there, he's put a king, so he's beat me. I'll keep the ace to beat the king. So I'll win that one. So if I put the ace here, I'll win that row. That's it. Okay, so now we've got a problem where if you complete a row, then the computer can't do it. And we need to also draw new cards. So let's talk to it now. Right, that works. We are still getting majors in our hand, and the AI is getting majors too. Also, because there is 5 slots, if the AI gets blocked because you put down the last slot, it hangs the game. It should finish the row stroke column and score and give you the choice to flip or not the arcana for that row stroke column. But I'm really impressed that it can do the Godot script and actually create something in a proper IDE rather than a rather than doing it all in HTML or whatever. Yeah, it's quite an impressive feat, really. I'm quite taken aback. I would love to do it in Unreal or Unity. Okay, so we close this down. He's changed it, so it's not closing. Alright, close window. No. Oh, there you go. Right, let's test again. And I wanted to do this all as a single take, and so we've got script error. So yeah, that's not going to work. Just to show you that it is possible, and it doesn't take all that long. I know it's been quite a long video so far, but what we've gone from, well, this game's design document took me about an hour, and we've been on this video for an hour as well. Okay, it's resolved it apparently, and for that we haven't got much. So we have no major arcana now. So if I lock pentacles, because I've got the ace, I can't put a card down now. Is it somewhere else, but it's highlighted wrong? Nope. Can't put that down. Can't put that down. Can't put that down. Okay, so let's close that. Okay, I have proper cards in my hand. No majors. Everything is rendering correctly, but trying to put down a card fails now. Okay, thank you. Oh, don't need none of those at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to lock it to pentacles. He's put a queen, but I win that. Let's go page red. So he's now locked this into swords. I have to follow suit on swords. He's just dumped a queen, but that's a bad dump. Page of cups. I could lock this to cups. Hopefully he hasn't got any, so then I win that. I've got a knight. He's beat me on my knight, but then we go ace, the magician, and then we're done for now. We need to draw more cards. So when the hand is empty, how many slots have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We should draw another six or seven cards. into our hand. So we can complete the board. We also need scoring on the UI or UX. And we need to see what suit is locked to a row stroke column. Currently the AI is just dumping and there is no finesse. But yeah, so about an hour, about 2 hours roughly this is taken, and we've got a bare bones version of the game. I think I'm going to create a 3D model. Whoa. Let's take that off the screen for now. I stopped. I'll make a 3D model of the board and 3D model of a card, and then basically fill the cards with PNGs. So just get numbers in grayscale and the 4 different suits. So it can actually generate the cards properly on the 3D model. I think that would work really well. Because changing from a node 2D to a node 3D I don't think is all that hard. Let's see what we've got now. We've got nothing. Alright, it's got all of the stuff happening. Right. Okay. So we have middle. We want it on wands. Okay, so he's dumped. So if he pulls out another wand later on, see, I don't want to chuck my queen on that. So let's do cups. He's kinged, so he's not following the rules. Okay. So the AI is cheating. It should have to follow suit on a column stroke row that is saturated. But in this game, it dumped a king of pentacles on my 6 of wands. Then as soon as the column shifted, it dumped a king of wands and took the row and column. Yeah, it is cheating or bad logic. Okay. I have fixed the AI's cheating behaviour by enforcing must follow suit rule in the tactical AI. The AI will now check if it has cards matching the saturated suit of the active line and play them if possible, otherwise it will strategically dump a card. I've also updated the match manager GD to pass correct required suits to the AI. The game now features separate decks. Oh no, it's ready. I've been playtesting it, mate. I've been playtesting it already. So it doesn't like getting closed down from the window. There you go, it's gone now. Right, let's try again. See this cheating bastard. Okay, so we'll start off with a fire. Well, see, I can't really. I can go pentacles, and yeah, I've got rid of the queen as well. That's good. So I can nuke the queen and take that, and he has to dump. So he has no more swords. If he's got swords, I'm gonna chuck the 5 there because I've got nothing else. He's put the page of whatever that is. Okay, so this is. It's quite tactical. I'm gonna try, because this is yellow, so that wins even though he's got a higher card, but he's now got swords. He's got thingy there. I'm gonna keep my ace till last. Put the 8 down to dump. He can do more there. I can dump here, and I'll have an ace. Why did that flip the colours? Didn't I have an ace of pentacles before, but then it just changed colour? This is. Oh, I had the ace of swords, but it was supposed to be red then. Okay, that's fine though. Right, we've got a queen of. There's no greys left. What's happened here? I'll take it. You won the line. Flip the arcana. Flip it. The Empress makes him lose loads, right? And now this is already my line, so I can dump, but I have to follow. So how did he have an ace as well? What? So it's drawn. Okay, this is his line. So I'll dump. He wins that, and I'm on minus 25. What is this one? This is on blues. So I've lost so bad. Like, you won the line. Flip the yes, flip that tower. Right. We have no blues, but we got red here. This is a red, so I won a line. Flip the moon. Flip it. I've got 6 points. This is dead, so how can you put something in here? Okay, there's a bug. Right. Once a row is full, or a column is full, it should not be highlighted. I just had a game get 3 refills. Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong screen. And lost because I got soft locked with a full column re-highlighting. also one of the arcana flipped and it changed all the colours of the current cards. This is intended in the GDD, but it was a bit disconcerting as it did not change the saturated suits on the rows and columns. Here is the log. Maybe we should have some smash text to tell us what the arcana is doing, and also don't tell the player what it is before they flip it. Currently it says, do you want to flip moon or priestess? It should be arcana and then give you the random effect. Here is the log. Bosh. So it says that the GDD does not have all of the arcana as well. I know I made them, so let me just check. 6, 7, 7, 11. Oh, we are missing a few arcana here. Can you fill them out from our plan? So we'll give this to here, and then I'll add that to the game design document because it should be in there. I'll save. Okay, so now that should run a bit better. As long as we're iterating and make... Oh my god, what a hand. Alright, let's lock swords then. Let's lock pentacles then. We should have actually played the sword there. And he should have played a sword as well. Okay, so He's got knight. Shit. I can't win that. Damn. So I just got to try and avoid death. Okay, let's lock that to blue. Now I've got some cards. So this is swords. So if I match, then we'll tie it. I've got a knight of cups, which is no good because it's on swords. I have to play swords. I lose that, but now we've got a red, which I can. The chariot is activated. Oh, I didn't read that. Damn. And my score. Ouch. So this is red. I've got no reds. So I've got no reds again. I've got two knights. You won a line. How did I win a line? Please show me how. Flip. Next 3 lines give double points or strikes. I don't know what's going on, but well, ace. I won a line. Flip. Oh man, I lost so bad. So this must have drawn. No, the logic isn't working properly. So we'll go back to see this here. The game logic is not working properly. I won a line when I dumped because I couldn't follow suit, and the AI seemed to win with off suit cards too. No, I don't need to take a screenshot of that. I can give it the I can give it this. Here is the log. I'm sure there was some shenanigans going on. Well, on any standard game, when you're playing trumps, any sort of trump suit, any other suit is overridden by the trump. So on this game, with the grid, you should be able to trump 2 lines if you stick it on 2 lines without trumps. We have not implemented the trump suit and ace high stroke low rolls yet, so there should be no way to trump unless you put it in sneakily. Ask that magic conch shell. So yeah, it's not working correctly, but it's working. I like the fact that it's actually playable, but it's not. It just needs a bit of finessing, I think. See, as you get a bigger code base, things start getting bigger and longer, and you have to think more. That's fine. Oh, okay. It randomly does it. Yeah, yeah. So the shenanigans where the AI won with offsuit cards might have been because the offsuit card was a trump. AI plays wands. If the trump suit is wand, AI wins. If the trump suit is not wands, AI dumps and should lose to swords. Users might not know what the trump suit is because I haven't visualised it in the UI. The log prints well flip trump but does not see it on screen. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Fully functional, eh? So obviously this is to get a full game that is a release candidate. You're going to have to iterate a lot, and it'll take a long time. And obviously, the assets that the AIs can generate aren't very good. They can be all right. Like this isn't terrible. Like I wouldn't buy a game looking like that personally, but not on graphics alone anyway. But so trumps is swords. We have a trump here, and we have a shitload of pentacles. So I'm going to match his 6. How did he do that? If he's got another sword in his hand, we're back on this row again. I'm going to stick the knight down. You want a line, flip the arcana, flip it. Wheel of Fortune inverts the suit hierarchy instantly. So that needs to change because we don't have a suit hierarchy anymore. So this is red. I can't really. I'm going to have to dump into red or trump it. So let's trump it. We'll take a middle. And that means every row is saturated. So he cannot kill me unless he's got tons of pentacles. I can win this line. Trumps are still swords. I've only got one trump. But I've won that and that with that trump so far, unless he trumps me. So I've got to just dump, really. Everything's saturated with pentacles. I'll just dump. That doesn't work. I'll just dump again. He's queened it, but my knight still beats. I'll put my 5 in there. Flip the arcana. Justice. Swaps player scores. What? I might trump that middle line, you know. Bosh. Flip the Arcana. Get randomized. Oh, I don't know what he just did. So I've got no more scoring cards, but I won the line anyway because I had a king there. So flip that Arcana. No trump plays for 3 turns. Boom. And we should win that one. That should be my win. Okay. So I've got some swords. So that's a sword. I could steal that, won the line. Flip. Versus the current ace orientation. Ace is high. And I won another one. A hangman. Oh. Okay. And then I can swords this. And I won another line. Bosh. Flip it. The magician. Activated. And I absolutely creamed him. Look. That's quite a tricky game, actually. But it does make sense. What's happened there? It scales all right still. Match over. No valid moves left. I've got to give this to the coder, so you can see the conditionals, because there's a couple of bad conditionals in there. They're not crashing it, but they could do. So let it fix those, and then I'll talk to it about maybe making some sounds or something. But this is getting on to be a long video now, but I'm quite pleased with the results so far. I know it's not a AAA title, it's never going to be, but there are ways and means to make nice assets. What's it called? The Trippo 3D. Let's just do this. Start for free. Describe your 3D model. Upload your image. Where did I put that? See, I have an easier time reading the small writing on my big monitor. That's my secondary. So no, not that one. What happened to my... No, hold on, cancel that. What happened to my little this one? Ugh. A 3D game board with a 5x5 grid, 4 cards, and 2 lines of row and column card slots for Arcana cards, because it's got my oh, I'm gonna have to sign in. I forgot to sign in with Google. Blah 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 blah. Arcana cards and rank and column labels A to E and 1 to 5. Yeah, I'm logged in. Why isn't it working? Right, 3D workspace. Upload. All files. Oh, so it can't. Okay. Edit with paint. File. Save as. PNG. Save. Right, where the fuck did it save that? It was in here. Mock up PNG. No, here it is. Alright, found it. Move to downloads. I'll do. Okay. Right, upload. There you go. I've logged in and signed up already, man. So why is it going weird? It's not working, man. Right. Oh, okay. Now we're working. Okay. Can I not? And luxuriant. I don't know how to spell luxuriant like that. Gold wires separating the. Oh my god, my typing is awful. Card slots. Alright, let's try and generate that, see what it does. I love this. So yeah, we're still getting problems. When multiple lines are completed simultaneously, the flip past dialogues will appear one after another instead of conflicting, resolving the exclusive child window error. The product type is now robust. We also need to win stroke lose the game if the board is full and get our souls, lose our lives. It wants out of this now, doesn't it? I'm ready to finalise this task. Then we can continue on with our Gemini stuff because we haven't done all of our prompts yet, have we? Logics. think I jumped ahead. Oh well. Oh. Well, that's pretty cool. But it isn't what I wanted, obviously. This thing can make some quite good models, though. Oh, it made that for me out of a single image. This one. Some anime. This one. This was terrible. Didn't work right. This was for a UI element, but it didn't work. It needs to be better than that. No texture. Topology settings. Smart low poly. Quads. Poly count auto. Texture settings. PBR. Right. How much is that? 35. You can refine it as well. You only get a certain amount of generations, so you can have a look at all the different stuff. Read top, read texture, rigging it if you want to rig it. But this is beyond the scope anyway. This isn't what we wanted to do. Okay. So we did this, didn't we? Up to phase 2 testing milestone. Right. So let's stick to our plan. So let's do this. Logic separate instead of one monolithic file. So if I do this, see what it does. Generate model. Should be easy for it to do this. It's confusing itself. That's fine though. Ooh. I love that. It reminds me of the old Lionhead Studios game introduction. Love that thing. In description, handle description effects of all justice of tower. I am done with this task. Okay. What's next? Okay, let me move that out of the way a second. Okay, well, that's interesting. Why is it? Oh, it's done because of the writing. Well, it made a board for me, and that's nigh on perfect. Apart from these bits, it could just be faced off. Great stuff. It really wants out of this, doesn't it? Right. I'm very tempted to do this, you know. It shouldn't be too hard to shove that in Blender and just flatten those down. And then we just need to grid that off. Well, not yet. Not yet. Complete a match where a perimeter arcane is flipped. Verify the law changes the game state. Test the fracture event by losing all lives and checking if corners shatter. That's presuming you've got some corners to shatter. Oh. Why do Java... it's gone now. Why do Java developers wear glasses? Because they don't see sharp. Okay. Generating witty retort. Enhancing. Still loading. So yeah, this is nearly 2 hours now. But we have the bones of a game. Like that last one was quite tactical. I'm not sure how far I should take it in this little, call it a tutorial, I suppose, but like with iteration and multiple prompts, you can get something that actually plays quite well. And knowing that it can do Godot is actually really cool. I wonder if you could do it with Unreal, because Unreal at the end of the day is just full of scripts, C++, C++ scripts, and asset files. So if you're asset rich anyway, and you put your assets into the Unreal Engine and do your initial like compilation and stuff for the project, then it should be able to just write up all the scripts for you. Okay, it's taking a while to load today. It's probably compiling all the new scripts actually. There you go. What's that? Oh, that's just Alsa. That's fine. Okay, so Trump is cups. High card is ace. We got an ace of cups, so we should win this all day long. So he dumped on swords. Let's clap another one. Oh no, he didn't. What did that look? Hold on a second. 7 of swords. Play 7 of swords at 1-3. Visual update row. Queen of... Oh, it was the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I messed that up. I might trump this line if we get the bottom row. But now we've got cups again. I might... I've got to follow cups, so... There we go. Now if I ace that, I won it and flip it. I can't read that, but I've just killed everybody. Effect logic for the devil was not yet implemented. That's fine. So that row got destroyed. We got 4 pentacles, which we can't claim anything with apart from this row. Let's do it. And now he's just paged it, but we've got a king, so we can probably take this. I've just got a load of more cups, which is great. But I believe these are cups as well. It doesn't really show you very well. I might just dump. Yeah. Because I should have won that anyway because of the ace. Anyway, this is swords, but I'm going to cup it with a 3 of cups. I won it. Flip the arcana. Effect logic for temperance has not yet been integrated or whatever. I feel to like nick a couple of lines here with a trump. And I'll do the same up here. Okay. And then I just got a dump really. AI's got 47 and I've got Knight of Wands, which is no good. But flip the Arcana. Hand cards are wild for one turn. Ooh. Effect logic for the Magician has not yet been implemented. Oh god. So we need cups, which we have none of. There's no wands, so I've just got to dump then. Still won it because I trumped up early. Star has not yet been implemented. Oh, I lost. But there you go. It's actually a game now. So what did we say was the problem there? There was a couple of instances in the last game up to here where I pre-trumped a line, and when the line was completed it did not win for me, yet others did with pre-trumping. Here is the log. So what I will do, chaps and chapesses, I will stick this game in its raw form right now into a GitHub repository, and you can all go and grab it and play it and do whatever you want with it. I do think it has legs though. It just needs a lot of work, obviously, and assets and all of the other bits and pieces. I could probably get the ball to look good if I carried on hammering it for another half hour, and I could probably get the cards looking good as well, but I'm not going to do that right this minute. I'm going to finish off our prompts. We've got we got this prompt 13, 14 and 15, and we'll see how that goes. And once we finished the total, I know I got carried away in the middle and started adding other stuff and whatever else, but it's by the by. We've got a functional prototype going, and yeah, it's definitely interesting. Oh, I think it is anyway. It's not quite finished yet, mate. Sorry, I'm trying to think about how to word things here. Recalibrating the humorometer. Yeah, need to, boy. Yeah, as I said, we could go on and on and on with this for literal hours and hours and hours, and we could end up with something nice. As I said, it's running now. I will stick all the files that is created. Where are we? Okay, extension. So everything in here, I'll stick up on a GitHub, and yeah, if you like it and want to try and make it in your own image or whatever, do what you want to do with it. We've got no cards. We've got no trump. We've got no ace. Okay, we got errors. Obviously, I'll fix it up so that it's actually playable before I upload it to GitHub. Yeah, it's got to be at least playable. Well, you're the one who did it, mate. Okay, let's try again. But yeah, it's been a while since I've made a video. I just wanted to get this going because I've been writing a lot of fantasy and sci-fi books. I have quite the collection now. Hold on a sec. We've got pentacles. We've got no pentacles, so let's put cups down. Okay. I'll beat his cup, but he's just dumped a king pentacles just to trump my ace, which is boo boo. So I'm gonna throw swords at his king. Open swords here. Hopefully I'll roll some decent cards next round. I'll just stuff that down there. Stuff that there. Lose the round. He didn't get. He should have got that. Hmm. But did not flip the Arcana. It does have the choice not to flip it. I think in the log it says it flipped it. Maybe not. Can you tell me for my sanity? Okay, so well, we got pentacle. I've got one pentacle, and I can't put it on that line because he's gonna win that. So if we chuck cups, let him. Oh, so no trumps at all. So swords. I can take swords because I've got no. I can dump. I can chuck the wands. I won a line. Flip the Arcana. Oh, so ace is now low, but it's not implemented. I've got to implement those. So I think that's something that really needs to be done. Flip. Not yet implemented. Okay. So if I now trump that, how did I? Oh, the sun is this one. Okay. I'll chuck that in there and flip it. The Empress, not yet implemented. And I've got the Ace of Pentacles to now nuke his. It's a bit of a shame, really. Flip the Arcana. Not logic, hasn't been done yet. Flip another Arcana. That's not been implemented yet. And we just need a high blue. Bosh. Flip it. Okay. Flip it. Oh. Continue. So that means I get a card. It's still going for that one. So it works. It does work. Oh, right. Awesome. High demand. I can get rid of this screenshot here now. But yeah, it does. It seems to be working quite nicely. It's got. We've got to have the collection update done. Some sort of animation for the collection. So when you win, you pick up a gacha pod or something to get a new card. Or several cards maybe. I don't know. I think with the sheer amount of cards you have to update on these 72 cards, giving the player 3 or even 5 wouldn't be a bad thing. And then that'll give you a quicker way to update your collection. That sounds quite reasonable. But yeah, it's having trouble with this prompt. It is always better to run it in a sandbox if you can, in something like Docker or Kubernetes or whatever. Even in a virtual environment like Python, Anaconda environment or whatever. If you're using Python, obviously. But yeah, I really like these CLI coders. They're very clever. They're like for what they do. Obviously, they're dumb as a rock, and you have to be completely specific about what you want, and you can't just leave it to its imagination because it has none. So if you say you want something, you need to either draw it a mock-up or be very clear about what you want. Keep trying. Jeez. So yeah, there you go. It's doing something, but now you got to say okay to make it continue. So yeah, when you see these, okay, let's have a see if it's fully playable. When you see these guys who are doing like 8 prompts to make a game, it's possible. It is possible, and I could probably make this in HTML how it is right now, and it would look all right. But to have shaders, like effects, physics, all that sort of thing, you can't do it in HTML. You can fudge it and make it look like it, but it's not great. Cups, of course, it's cups. I've got King of Cups, nice. Let's get some free out. So now 4 things get instantly broken into red. So let's go with a mid trump. Take that one. Not trump, sorry. I think I'll go 9 here as well. So because he seems to have low cards and he's not trying to beat me. We're still in this row, so I'm going to put 7 there. This row's dead to me, so either I trump the row, or I just put this down, but that's going to then cake up another row with swords, and I'm not likely to get many more swords. I'm going to take that one off. What? Oof. Smelly bastard. Right, let's do that. And he's just trumped me again. I do have a trump though. I can't beat him with it. So maybe we go and dump our sword because it's let him have it. 38 points he just got there. Shit. I'm a bit scuffed here, really, boys and girls. There's not really all that much I can do. Let's chuck the 4 into the right place where we had to. This is scuffed. I can't do anything. I could win it with a 3. There we go. Flip the Arcana. Completed line score becomes 0. Yeah, boy. So I'm still minus. I should win this row down here. There's not much I can do about that one, so it's just I won it anyway. Flip that. You must play cards from highest to lowest. The Emperor activated 2 highlights of rows only. Blah 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 blah. We should get a new hand. Win a line. Then flip again. Oh, that isn't implemented. Hopefully. Oh, it is, but it didn't clear the board. It's supposed to clear the board out. Oh, but we now have some actual cards. So let me take that. Oh, I should have won that. That's it. Done. Oh, it cleared all the score and everything. Look. Oh, it cleared it. Right, that's a bug. Need to be undrawn. Yeah, I keep saying that's the end of this. I'm trying to hold on for 2.5 hours. We're nearly there. Got 7 more minutes. Do a couple more prompts. I'll try and get through to the end of here. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. Let me just do this. Whoop. So it is possible to create real games. It's just a lot of work. It isn't as easy as people let on when they do these eight prompt challenges and all of these other ones that you see when they speed up the time and everything else. That's precisely why I wanted to do it in real time without any cuts, so that you could see exactly what you have to go through for this type of enterprise. All of the files made in this little prototyping phase will be available on a GitHub. I'll link it in the description. And yeah, if you enjoyed this, just hit subscribe, do whatever you got to do. Like it, dislike it, talk about it, and yeah, I will endeavour to test it with other workflows. So maybe Unreal, Unity, maybe some C++ or whatever, and to just see how we can do it. So yeah, take it easy everybody, and I shall see you later.